Italian Sara Errani and Roberta Vinci have retained the world #1 women's doubles ranking and successfully defended their Australian Open crown thanks to a last-gasp comeback in the final in Melbourne. The Italians came from 5-2 down in the third set to beat Russia's Elena Vesnina and Ekaterina Makarova 6-4, 3-6, 7-5 in Friday's decider. It meant they kept the joint top ranking, whereas Vesnina and Makarova would have taken over the top two positions had they triumphed. They also became the first women's pair to go back-to-back at Melbourne Park since Serena and Venus Williams in 2009 and 2010. The Williams sisters, four-time champions, withdrew before this year's event because of an injury to Venus. The Russians, who had won their previous two meetings with the Italians, including last year's French Open final, started poorly as the top seeds raced to a 5-1 lead in the opening set. But from that point, Makarova and Vesnina started going for their shots and dominated much of the match. While they could not regain their lost ground in the first set, they controlled the second and looked certain winners when a 5-game winning streak carried them to a 5-2 lead in the third. But this time, they lost their nerve as they closed in on victory, while Errani and Vinci displayed great poise to break their opponent's serve twice in succession, then raced through the final two games for the loss of just 1 point. It was their fourth Grand Slam triumph, but the first time they had successfully defended a major title, after they beat Australia's Casey Dellacqua and Ashley Barty in last year's final. They also have the 2012 French and US Open titles to their name. All four women in Friday's final were seeded in the singles draw, but the only one who survived the first round was Makarova, who reached to the fourth round, before losing to China's Lena.